wherever you're from. In this video, I'm going to be going through how I frame my weekly bias without any indicators, and how you can do it too. Now, I understand that most traders do get chopped up because they ignore this, and it's always the case. This is ideally for a price action trader or anyone that just doesn't like to use any indicators. This will be an easy and simple strategy for you to determine the weekly bias. Okay. Now, my name is Jimmy Trades. I post raw and real insights from my own trading journey so you can get involved too and see my progress. Okay, to start off with, let's analyze the month of May. This is the month that I was trading, so let's analyze the month of May. This is not going to be a full strategy video, this is going to be a bias video, right? So let's start here. Now, to determine the weekly direction on any given chart, what I like to do is I like to look at something called the seasonal tendencies. What seasonal tendencies show is the trends for the season, it's in the name, for each pair. Now, this is how it looks up in a chart, and just to analyze, we can see that on average, EU from the last 20 to 15 and 10 years was bearish, and it's only within the last 5 to 2 years that it ends up becoming bullish. And you can see that it's quite a steep downturn. So I could expect the first 2 weeks to be bearish in EU, right? Similarly, same thing for GU. GU is a more stronger bearish, as you can see. And USD JPY, you can see it's usually bullish, apart from the 5-year. Now, what this does is helps me understand what I could predict for May and knowing what assets I should be looking at. Just to show you, I will mark out the start of May, and you can see the weekly tendencies, the seasonal tendencies play out. And this is what allowed me to make money shorting in the Euro USD pairs, GBP USD pairs, and NZD USD pairs. Now, seeing something like this, I could expect the next week to be bearish, and there's my entry. Somewhere inside there's my entry. In this video, I'm not going to be going through entries. It's just so you get an idea of the bias. And even for this week, I'll be bearish from the seasonal tendencies, and you can see that is lined up. Now, this is across all the pairs that have a good seasonal tendency. So, for example, you can see same with EU, same with GU, but GU was a bit more difficult. Same with NZD USD, and USD JPY I believe was bullish, so let's just confirm. Yep, USD JPY is predominantly bullish, and what ended up happening for USD JPY, it was also bullish. Now, to determine this, I will look at the seasonal tendencies, which show me the movement for each month, but I can also get a better idea by looking in this actual chart to see the trends in each week. If I break this down into 4 sections, it will give me each week. So it gives me an idea of what I could expect. If price is not looking like it's going to be doing this, then I just avoid this pair completely. So I hope you get an idea of how I determine my bias and how this allows me to be in line with the market and in the right direction. A key thing I want to pay attention to is that seasonal tendencies are not concrete. They're just trends that have been happening in the last 20 years. Now, I want you to think about this. If something has been happening repeatedly in the last 20 years, how likely is it that it will repeat again? It's most likely that it will repeat again. Hence, this is a very valuable tool to determine the weekly direction and the monthly direction. Now, the best way for you to understand how price operates is by starting off with this and making sure you couple it with what you can see in price action. And for example, in NZD USD, this is the 5th of May, this candle. Before the 5th of May, I'm looking to see any bearish candle or price slowing down this bullish move up, for me to indicate that it's going to match with the sentiment that I have. Similarly, same thing here, and you can see that even though this was a bullish candle, it went lower, took out this low, and same with the next one. You see, same here. So now, for the future, let's see what we could expect for April. So let's start from the top. In April, you can see that it is very, very messy, but most likely it looks like it's bullish in April. So we could expect the first to second week of April to be bullish, according to this chart for EU. For GU, it looks like, I would say, just the first week. AU, the first week. And ZD, probably the first 2 to 3 weeks. USD JPY, looks like we could expect some sort of retracement. And USD CAD is a good short for us to do in April. Knowing that, this should help us to align when we see the weekly bias or weekly candle matching the seasonality. We can expect it to start going in that direction. I hope this video is useful, and I hope it helps you to understand how you can utilize seasonal tendencies for your trades and how you can use it for a bias. If you've got any questions or any comments, please just let me know or write down below. And yeah, next video I'll show you a trade where the bias saved me from a loss as well. Hope you guys found use in this video. Please leave a like and subscribe. Perfect.